Now let's look into the commercial project. So to access the commercial projects, user need to select the commercial project app. So once he clicks on the app, so he will find this kind of list of the projects. Same like portfolio item. If the user selects the portfolio item, user will be able to see the customer projects or capital projects or cost-based projects. Again, it depends on the industry. So whatever the projects which are created at the project level, so portfolio level, he will be able to see. Same like here, if the user selects, if the commercial projects are created at the system level, so he will be able to view all the commercial projects here. So here it's a typical kind of layout, which is again customizable. First column is of alerts, then you have key days, then project name as well as project ID, then you have plan cost, then you have actual cost, and then you have a column of cost, plan cost versus actual cost up to the current month. Then you have a column of estimated actual cost, and then you have a column of plan cost versus actual estimated cost, and then you have a column of change request. So if there is any change request which is assigned at the project level, the user will be able to see it here. And if the risk is registered at the project level, so user can see the risk in the column. Okay. So to access any project, the user need to write the project ID. So project ID is basically given at the creation of the project. So here user need to enter the project ID. So once he enters the project ID, the project is retrieved. So to access the information, what the user need to do is user need to select the checkbox, and then user need to navigate. So here, if he want to view only the procurement data, so he can go through the procurement. If the user want to view only the sales related information, he can click on billing and receivables. And if the user want to look into only the project activities related data, so user can click on this. And if the user want to see the reports and issues related data, so he can click on this. And if the user want to see the commercial project information, project related information and details, so he can click on this. So the workspace is basically is a page where it covers all the processes. So through workspace, user can go to the procurement, user can open the sales related information as well as project related information, HR related information, finance, as well as issues related and risk related. All the information user can see. So we will be looking into the workspace. So once you select the workspace, so this kind of screen you will get. So you will get the overall details of the project, as well as you will get the sales related details, then procurement related details. If you click on procurement, you will get the procurement related details, and then you will get the finance related details, and then you will get the issues and changes related to the project which are registered, and then the documents which are attached at the project level, it can be reviewed. And then you have one more icon of risk. So once you click, and there you have option of viewing the risk at the project level. Okay, so we are viewing this project. So for this project, you have all this information which is available. So it is having a rich information. That's why I'm sharing you, so that you have a clear understanding. So once you click on the details, project overview related details, then you will get the project information. So this is the commercial project data, that is commercial project ID as well as description, commercial project type, then you have stage and the name of the customer, organization, currency, start date, finish date. So this basically is managed at the project creation level. So you have an option here. So you will get a tile for creating a project. You need to add a tile at your page, at the Fury app page, so you can create a project. So while creating a project, what the user need to do is user need to give the name as well as the project ID. Then he need to select the project type, as well as he need to select here saying this as a commercial project. Okay, so once the user select the commercial projects and other information, So this will be considered as a commercial project. Okay, so then you have a project structure information. Okay, so now let's view the information related to view status and trend. So this is the team structure information. Basically, this is the integration between the HR and the EPPM, you can say. So here you have an option of assigning the resources at the project level based on their roles. User can assign the resources. Okay, he can also copy, the user has an option of adding the resources, as well as he can copy from the commercial project itself. Also, the user has the option of import the members, add the members, and remove the members. So based on the project requirement, user can add the resources only when this is integrated with HR. So whatever in HR module the users are created, so the employee members are created, that can be created. And also there is option of adding you can say importing of the resources. So that is a different topic. So that is again a workaround. Okay, so now let's look into the commercial information. So in commercial information, you'll get this kind of screen. So here you have a project structure, then you have sales order information, billing information, as well as invoice information. So here the procedure is there is one procedure in sales. Basically in sales you have sales inquiry, then you have sales quotation, and then you have sales order. So during this process, what the especially the construction industry, what they do is, while making the inquiry quotation, they will assign the WBS, and this is called automatic creation of a project. Okay, so once the sales order is created, so automatically using the standard WBS, this structure will get created. Okay, so this is the procedure. And in some cases at the WBS level, you can say using the sales order is created, and there is account assignment of the WBS. So once that is done, then you have the information here available at your screen. Okay, so you will be able to view the sales order as well as the billing plan, and as well as the invoices information only when you have this account assignment at the WBS level. Okay, so you have this invoices information, okay, for the project. Then this is one of the sales order, like if you see here 47858, so we are having this sales order 47858. So when you explore this, you will get the idea. So okay, the value is this is the general information, basically sales area, employee responsible, as well as customer reference, document date, as well as billing block, delivery block. This is related to sales information, whereas here you have sales orders, sold to party, as well as shipped to party, overall what is the overall status, and what is the net value of the sales order. So this information you have. And also you have information like when you click on the sales order, you will get this information, as well as item related information. What are the items here, and who is the business partner? Okay, who is the business partner? Like city of MS, you have sale to party, bill to party, city of MS, payer, who is the payer, as well as pay city of MEs, and then you have process flow. Okay, also you can view using sales order the information, whether the sales order was completed, or whether the payment was processed or not processed. So all this information, you get it. Okay, order processing, as well as delivery processing, as well as invoicing, and the clearing of the payment, all this information you will get. Okay, so this is it. Then you have the procurement information. So if you click on the procurement top icon, so you will get the information relating to the procurement. Again, in procurement also you have option like at the WBS, below the WBS you have network and activity. So at the activity or network level, the PRs are generated and the POs are created based on the this is based on the project specific stock. And in some cases, during the creation of the PR, PO, the WBS is assigned. So then you will get this information reflected here. Okay, so you will be able to see the purchase information, you will be able to see the open invoices, as well as service entry sheets and the purchase history. And also, if you want to see additional information relating to the procurement, you can click here. So once you click here, you will be able to convert to the change status, as well as convert to the display status. You can access the service entry sheet. Then also you can go to the Amigo transaction, as well as what is the incoming payment and what is the status of release. So all this information it is available in one screen. Okay, then if you just want to click and go to the PO, so once you click on the PO, so you can see the list of material which is added to the PO. So all this information is available.